Hey guys, so today I want to take a little bit of time and talk to you about these boots. Hey guys, so today I want to take a little bit of time and talk to you about these boots that I purchased about a year and a half ago by Red Wings. And clearly they have hit the bed, meaning they are no longer usable to me, they're no longer safe, and it's time to retire them. So again, these were made by Red Wing. They are a lager boot. I believe when I purchased these, Red Wing offered two different types of lager boots, one made in the USA and one made out of the USA. I purchased these, the ones that were made out of the USA, because at the time I really didn't realize as much the importance of buying products that are manufactured in the US. If I had to do it all over again, of course I would buy something in the USA. I saved like 20 bucks, but I'd never do that again. But anyway, back on topic. I purchased these boots because I thought they looked really cool. Additionally, I'm a short guy, and the nice thing about these lager boots is they have this nice thick heel. And that adds, an inch and a half, 2 inches. I'm 5'6", so if I can make myself look like I'm 5'8", I think that's pretty cool. But that was kind of a mistake on my part. I kind of got caught up in the flashy appeal of these boots, and I purchased them for landscaping and just general work, but mainly landscape and outside work. And that was a huge mistake. When you think about it, landscaping tasks, some of the most common tasks are, say, raking, weed whacking, maybe using a push mower. And actually, it's at an advantage to you to be a shorter person, because when you think about it, when you're running a weed whacker, the shorter you are, the more upright you can stand. Especially, and with raking too, like you don't have to bend over as much, you're already there. Same thing with like a push mower. Well, maybe not so much with a push mower, but like, trimming like short shrubs and like all stuff along those lines. So in my opinion, it's definitely an advantage to you if you're shorter to be doing those types of work. Less damage to your back. And these boots have the opposite effect because they make you taller, they make you a little hunched over, a little bit more unstable, because think about it, the taller you are, the more unstable you're going to be. It's just the way it is. So yeah, that really didn't work out for me. And second thing that I really started to hate about these boots, we'll stick on what I hate, is if you look at the heel of these boots, in addition to it being very tall, it gets very narrow down here. Compared to the toe is nice and wide, so you'd think you'd have some stability on the toe, but when you first land on your foot, you're landing with your heel, and because there's not that much surface area, it's very easy to roll these. And when I first bought these, I was thinking, look how high this goes up along my ankle. It's going to provide a lot of ankle protection. This is probably an 8-inch boot, but it really almost causes your ankle to roll more because of how narrow this heel is. So if you're planning on doing any type of work-related task, any type of construction, anything landscaping-wise, anything outside, basically anything other than logging, I really would not recommend this boot. Because it puts you higher, and in my opinion, it's much easier to roll your ankle. And the biggest thing that has made me retire these boots is not the failing leather, which we'll look at that in a minute, but this heel eventually started to round out. It's been getting to the point where every time I go to take a step, it's just like there's no stability. And I think I caused some minor damage to my ankle, which additionally is another reason why I've decided to retire these boots. But if you look at these boots, I have a ton of hours in them. They're completely worn out, almost to the point where I'm about to set a hole through there. And if you look at the heel, you can see that it's starting to round out. And in my last desperate attempt to try and save these boots, because it's nice to just have a pair of crappy boots that you can put on and beat around the house, in my last attempt to try and make these a little more stable, I took my compound miter saw and I tried to cut these heels flat. And I got about halfway through there until I hit that pocket in there, which inside that heel there, that's actually hollow, I guess, to help reduce the weight. And then I kind of gave up from there, and You can see I was trying to flatten it out, but that didn't work, so oh well. It's time to let these babies go. They're really not good for my feet anyway. Yeah, so it's definitely time to let these babies go. In addition to that, if you look at the leather, I did a lot of hours, you know, kind of bending over on my toe, and that's caused a lot of damage to the mid part of this boot here, where the toe bends. Not so bad on that side. You know, I try to take the best care possible of these boots, but you know, I oiled them probably on average once a week, no later than like 2 weeks. Sometimes if it was really dry, I'd try to do it every half a week. But, you know, time to let them go. I've replaced the laces 3 or 4 times. You know, the soles got worn out. I got these soles at Tractor Supply, but they're freaking falling apart. I only got these like 2 weeks ago. Don't buy soles from Tractor Supply. Inside the boot, where my heel rubs, deep down in here, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the shot for you, but the fabric on where your foot sits, right in here, that's falling apart. So it's like every time I go in there, I get like fabric that kind of makes it uncomfortable for the back of my ankle. And yeah, not too much more I can say about these boots. So overall, I think these boots have done me pretty well. Again, you know, kind of a young man's mistake. I wasn't really thinking about what I was actually using these boots for and how well they would serve me. So yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about these boots. They've done me pretty well, but then again, they really haven't. It lasted what I'd expect. You know, I'd kind of hoped that they'd last longer from, you know, the care and preventative maintenance that I've tried to perform on them throughout this 1.5 year period, but I guess it's a losing battle. Maybe I'll try a different leather product. Maybe it's just a specific type of leather. Maybe it's just harder to keep it moisturized and preserved. But anyway, it's time to move on. Stay tuned to my future video where we'll be checking out the new pair of work boots that I got, and I guarantee you they are different from these. So